It's 7 o'clock in the morning. We're up on the Norfolk Broads. It's the start of February, so we're going to try and get a few Chinese this morning. We've had a few clients up here, done some trophy animals, so it's now just a case of trying to get a few, cull ones through the larder. Just try and keep the numbers under control a little bit. It's been raining all night. It's sort of cloudy and a bit drizzly, but hopefully stuff's going to come out and have a mooch about. So I've got the 243 with me this morning, because obviously that 3006 is quite big on the small deer. But one thing I need to do is just adjust the Swarovski app on my phone, because you can record different rifles with different ballistic data. So at the moment my binoculars are set up to give me a distance and a click value for my 308, which is the estate rifle we use with clients. So I'm just going to change that so it's set up to give me a click value for the 243. So first we've got to turn the Bluetooth on, so I've got to press the ranging button at the top and this little button at the back underneath here at the same time, and that should turn on a little blue light. There you go. So now if I go to my phone, I should be able to open up the app, and that's now connected with my phone, so I can go into, I've got 2 rifles on here, saved with all the data. So rifle selection, change it from rifle 2 to rifle 1, which is my 243, and just press transfer to EL range, and it's all done and dusted. So I can just close that down, turn that off, and we're good to go stalking. So we've got 1 up the spout and then 4 in the mag, so that's 5 in total. Just grab some sticks. So we've got a wood down in front of me here, and then there's a few sort of stubble and cereal fields around it, so we'll just head on down the edge of that, just see if there's anything creeping back in there, in this sort of first light, and then we'll head down onto the sort of reedy bit where the water is and see if there's anything creeping around the edges. There's a Chinese just here, just around the edge of this maze, but there's a road in the background anyway, so couldn't shoot it, and the wind's coming this way now, so as soon as we've come around that edge it's just smelt us and run straight back in the maze. You can see there's a Chinese water deer about 350 metres out in the middle of this stubble field, so up in line with where that sort of hump in the field is. Obviously at this distance, in this light, I can't see what it is, whether it's a buck or a doe, but maybe we'll just head straight towards it, see if we can get a better look. So we've got to about 200 metres of it and just wound the scope right up, and I can see it's a big buck, so we're going to have to leave it. He's walking away from us and he's going to be on the skyline soon anyway, so I think we'll just head down to the corner of the wood and have a look round there, sort of like the plan was originally. We all seem to have loads of luck when we're out filming for you guys. We literally just decided to obviously leave that big buck in the distance and head down to the corner of the wood, and then look to the left as I started walking, and there was another Chinese coming across the field back down towards the wood. So I got on the sticks, just let it keep coming, because as it was walking down it was going to get closer anyway, and I think it's like a buck kid, so it's just got a little small set of teeth. So it's a good result. We'll go and see what it is. Yeah. So luckily, just as I thought, it's like a buck kid, so this was born 2023, so it's just getting its first little set of teeth coming there. So anything with teeth bigger than this we'd leave to obviously grow on and take with a paying client. It was just walking down this tram line actually, and it stopped and actually saw us just before I shot, and as it stopped it turned slightly onto us, so the shot was in the front of the chest here. It just come out behind the shoulder on the other side. Still got plenty of time, so we'll just drag it over and leave it by some trees over here, and then we'll keep heading down to the corner of the wood and have a look on the next field. Right, we'll just head down to the corner of the wood. Got another Chinese about 200 metres down here, just feeding on a cereal field. We'll just head down a little bit closer. It's another good buck. We'll just wait and check that it's got both teeth, because if it's only got a tooth on one side, we'll take it. It's got good teeth on both sides, so we'll leave that one again. We'll just keep heading down and bump it down into the reeds, and then we'll keep going around the bottom there. So obviously now we've decided we're not going to shoot that one, it's just going to stand there and let us get really close to it. We'll just walk straight down to the field because ideally we wanted to get it to run down into the marsh rather than along into the maize cover, which is where we're just going to have a look down the side of now. That's running just where we don't want it to anyway. Nothing obvious down in this little rough field, but the thing with these Chinese is they just pop in and out of the reeds. So you look there 1 minute, there's nothing there, and then another minute there's 2 or 3 out. We've just hung around here for 10 minutes. Nothing's really moving around, so we'll just head up, just go down the edge of this maize crop, and then come in the other end of this field. Come out from the rough field, just going to walk down the edge of this maize, and we noticed this one just stood in the first row of maize there, feeding on some wheat by the looks of it. But it's that one with the big teeth that we pushed over from the field behind me. See here, this is where that buck with the 2 big teeth ran off, and when deer run or put a lot of weight on their front legs, obviously their cleaves do splay out a little bit, but Chinese water deer tend to do that more than the others. Obviously where they live in this sort of marshy environment, they spread their feet quite a lot so they don't sink as much. Just had a quick look through this little bit of wood down on the edge of the marsh. I was kind of hoping there might be a Chinese just mooching through here before it sat down for a bit, or obviously pick up a little muntjac or something, but we just bumped a couple of hares and that's about it really. We'll head out of the wood and just have a look on a couple of little rough fields, and we'll start working our way back round to the truck. The quieter you try and be, the more noisy it is. Just bumped a Chinese literally about 20 metres just here. It was just sat down in the long grass. Just ran straight into those reeds. So it's about 8:30 now. We've sort of done a big semicircle away from the truck, which is sort of directly behind the camera. We're now like winding all this area around here as we go. So I think what we'll do is we won't go any further that way, and we'll just sort of head in a straight line back to the truck. We can have a look in that little wood which we started out by before we get back to the truck, and then we'll get that one we shot sorted out, and then try again a little bit later somewhere else. Well, yet again, a bit of luck there. We're just coming down through this wood. Again, bumped a couple of hares out of here, but not really seeing anything else at all. And then a Chinese just came running straight towards us. Just came across in front of us here, stopped behind a tree over there about, 30 metres away. And then another one, a younger buck, came up behind it. So I'm guessing that the one in front was a doe, or the doe kid of the buck, because obviously the Chinese have multiple births and they usually get twins off at least, so maybe that was brother and sister. The young buck's just run back down into there now. So, yeah, bit of luck. It's actually a little buck kid, same age as the one we shot before out in the field. So that was probably twin brothers just chasing each other around, just having a bit of a play, or the bigger one chasing the younger one around a little bit. I've just paced it out as we walked over, and it was pretty much exactly 30 metres. So I actually took this one at the top of the neck, at the back of the head. It was all I had to shoot at, really. I was very stable on the sticks, and the deer wasn't moving because it was watching the other one over here. So don't make a habit of taking those sorts of shots because they're very risky, but on this occasion I was happy to do that, and that's what we've done. So nice clean carcass. We'll get this on the edge of the field and get it picked up with the other one and get them sorted out. So it's 9:15 now. We need to get those deer picked up and sorted out. Weather's obviously taken a turn for the worse, and it's raining again. Looks pretty grey where the wind's coming from over that way, and I've just looked at the weather app and it's supposed to be like this the rest of the day. So I think we'll get these two sorted out and then probably call it. Oh, more wet kit again. It's like the story of this season, really. Getting wet and then drying stuff out. So we've got those two Gralloch now. Obviously do them in the field here because we've got about an hour's drive back to the larder. and because Chinese water deer, they mainly just eat grass and cereal crops and stuff, the guts get quite juicy, so you need to take the stomach out a lot quicker than you do with the other deer. Otherwise it starts to leach out into the meat around the stomach. So yeah, this rain's in now for the rest of the day, I think, so we'll call it a day. It's good to get 2 down. We've still got a few more people to bring up through the rest of February and March. So yeah, thanks for watching. Join us again next time, where we'll definitely be back at Euston, probably doing red deer or roe, no doubt see a muntjac, surprise surprise.